Well, it started with I wanted to make a film actually about the village. So, and there are a few stories about the village that make it interesting. And one of them, it's of course the Truman Show that was shot there. And the other one is like it's the birthplace of an architectural movement. So the place was designed as a place that, like, how can I design a place that brings the people back together? Like that people like get rid of their automobile and walk. Walking is very important in this place. So how do I design this place that people get back in contact with each other? So anyway, so like to me it was like the film, it shouldn't be an architectural film. And like for me it was kind of a stage where I was hoping to find people that tell their story connected with this place that makes sense to tell at this place. A little bit complicated. So at the end, like Janice, the protagonist, was one of the was one of 3 or 4 protagonists, and I don't know, when I talked to her or when I recorded our conversation, I was so impressed by her that while editing, I decided that I just want to concentrate on her. So it's not the story of a village with people living there. It's like I start from the person, and at the end I open it up to the village. So, I mean, she went there like 20, 30 years ago, 25 maybe, like to like, how you say, to drop out. Like there was nothing. So there were a few nice houses and the plan from somebody to develop a village there. And there was really nothing. Like when she came there the first time, you had to drive like 45 minutes to go to a grocery store. So that was, she was looking for this, and she loved it very much. And in the next years, the village grew around her. So now she's in the middle of a developed place that has an atmosphere or a style that's pretty much in contrast to the story of her life that she's talking about. So she rarely, I mean, leaves her house. I mean, her bedroom. She rarely leaves her bedroom. So there is no really an interaction with her and the place. It's just, basically it's like she doesn't go out, but she's like, she has this surveillance camera that she's making pictures with and collages. So sometimes the camera is outside, and then she also enjoys like to see the people outside walking by. But she's not outside in a wheelchair, for example. Well, first of all, it is really like the film, like the editing process was very important for the narration of the story. Or it's like while editing, it's like writing the film. So the whole story really got developed in the editing room, and like if you see the film, there are a lot of there are just some bits and pieces that you see or that you hear, and there's like, I mean, there are more. I could answer more, like when the film is when you see the film, there are a lot of open questions in your head. Depends on how you watch the film. So if you're looking for like I think on purpose, I didn't want to do a biographical film. So that's why there are a lot of questions that I didn't answer. And there's one anecdote, one story of her past, and then it stops, and the film continues and goes to something else. Because I didn't want it to do this biographical film, so it's just one element for something to understand the point in her life where she's at right now. But I didn't want to tell her whole biographical story. So to me, it was very important also to have this missing parts, this holes, because I think then it opens up to something that's more important than just tell a biographical story. Yeah. The structure of the film, it's basically my intention was I didn't want to give like all the answers, or I also didn't want to say that's how I want you to see this story. So that's why this open structure is very, very important. So, and there are a few parts in the film where I on purpose just presented them in a certain way, because I know it's like in the what's the English word? Like everybody has its own feelings while watching the film, and that's not even just fine. That's the way it's supposed to be. So for some people, this film is really uplifting, and they're like they're very happy after they see the film and impressed by the character and the philosophy of her and how she manages life and her calmness. And for other people, it's also a little bit claustrophobic when they see it. It's the same with the end of the film. Some people say how tragic that she doesn't leave her house because she lives in such a fairy tale, wonderful place. And there are some people that say, I can understand why she doesn't leave her house. So it always depends on the viewer. I don't want to. A lot of people ask me, how do you see this? How do you want us to perceive this story or village or place, whatever? And I don't want you to perceive it in any special way. It's how you see it. That's, yeah.
Thank you.